It's here. It's been on to Splatfest to battle it out. To become the very best, like no one ever was. To catch our love is their real test. To train them is my cause. I will travel across the land, searching far and wide. It's Splatfest to understand the power that's inside. Splatoon, gotta catch 'em all. It's only two to disagree. Splatoon, oh, they're not best friends in a world that only one Splatfest can win. Wow, that was really, really cringe. Let's get on to the rules. Since there's only two Splatfest to battle it out, and I don't want this video to be like 50 seconds long, we're going to compare in categories. Does that remind you of a certain video I made in April? But the categories are Shifty Station, colors, theme, and how fun it was to play. The tiebreaker will be the effect on the game. So first is the Shifty Station. This one is self-explanatory. Even if I didn't like MC Princess Diaries, it's still the best, which is the best stage in the entire game. And even if we were to compare those Shifty Stations, Chaos vs. Order would still win by a long shot. But the first 2 days of this Splatfest all featured Shifty Station in the game, and was in this Splatfest. And even the one that was featured in Squid vs. Octo was in Chaos vs. Order. So Chaos vs. Order definitely wins by a long shot. Now the colors. Squid vs. Octopus has good colors, don't get me wrong, but nothing out of the ordinary. Chaos vs. Order had sparkly ink, and not the kind that was in Family vs. Friends. It was a different type of glittery ink, and it worked a lot better than Frosty Fest. Even if you turn off color lock, which is what I had at the time, you can still see the glitter. And it was a lot better than any other color. Squid vs. Octo just can't compare to the colors in Chaos vs. Order, so that makes the score 2-0. Now the theme. As I say, Squid vs. Octo was one of the only themes that had something to do with the game, and I appreciate that. Chaos vs. Order is a really heavy theme that will seem heavy to even younger kids. Order and Chaos are not good things to happen to the world. We need a mix of both to keep our society running. Too much of one could lead bad things, and one of all could do even worse. And Squid vs. Octo is some silly festival about sea creatures, and may or may not be a race war. So everything I found a flaw too. What do I pick? I favor Squid vs. Octopus because it was right after the Octo expansion, making it better than it would be to come out of nowhere. Most of you are going to disagree with this, but I think the better theme is Squid vs. Octopus. Now, how fun it was to play. Not counting the stage variety, Chaos vs. Order was still fun to play. It was the finale and everybody was playing the game. It lasted 3 days and being the most in Splatfest history, and I wouldn't have changed a thing if I were Nintendo. Squid vs. Octopus took place the same time of Chaos vs. Order, but 1 year before, meaning Splatoon was rising in popularity, and the game was at an all-time high. If you didn't know, 2018 was my favorite year. I get it, I'm young. And I would say it was the highlight of my summer. However, Chaos vs. Order was also the highlight of the summer after, but that was a way worse summer. Enough about me, more about Splatoon. I think Squid vs. Octo took place at a better time, making it more fun to play than Chaos vs. Order. Oh damn it, it's a tie. 2-2. This is the tiebreaker. This is how the Splatfest impacted the game and the community. Squid vs. Octo was a great Splatfest and the community loved it, being the first worldwide Splatfest besides Cali vs. Marie. It changed how the game was interpreted and what Splatoon could be. Chaos vs. Order released a whole new update, not just a patch, a full-on version 5. That update allowed Shifty Stations to be in private battles without mods, changing the fun of private battles and private battle streams. It also inspired a lot of new private battle content, with stuff like hide and seek, and I even used it in my 1v1 series. Therefore, Chaos vs. Order wins the entire thing. That's it. The best Splatfest in Splatoon 2 is Chaos vs. Order. Not a big surprise, but here it goes in my opinion. They're both good Splatfests with good elements. If I were to say which I like better, I would say Squid vs. Octo, but I think Chaos vs. Order was better by a fact. Squid vs. Octo was a good competitor with its shifty station where you unlock doors to get to the enemy's base. It didn't even mention how it played different songs on the last 3 days of the Splatfest. Day 1 was Ink Me Up, Day 2 was Spicy Calamari Incantation, and the 3rd day was the final boss music for Octo Expansion. Thank you guys so much for watching and waiting all week for these 3 videos. I wanted to say I would love it if you would subscribe to me because I'm racing another YouTuber to 200 subs, since we both hit 150 on the same day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye!